Welcome back. This is the next installment of Physical Activity Quick Plays with Lisa Workman. Welcome, welcome. If we haven't met before, my name is Lisa Workman. I'm a clinical exercise physiologist, kinesiologist, and yoga therapist whose sole mission is to get people moving their bodies better and more often. And so today, the lesson for today is all about equipment, and more specifically, the top 10 portable exercise equipment options for your home exercise. So, some of us have decided that it is so much more convenient to exercise at home. And so, gathering your tools and equipment is really super, super important. And so, I have a couple surprises in store for you today. So, stick along and you'll see some of them along the way. So, my first, not necessarily number one, but sort of number one favorite on my list for home exercise equipment is elastic resistance. So, it can be like this image that shows the sort of tubing option. It looks like medical tubing. But also, elastic resistance would include any of the resistance bands that are a little thicker in size. We also have some resistance bands that are loops, which are fine as well as some come with handles. So, actually, in this picture, you can see that there is a handle attached to the ends, and that is by no means necessary. But any form of elastic resistance is such a game changer because at home, it is the easiest thing to stash away. You can hide it in a drawer and no one would know that that drawer has your exercise equipment in it. So it's super duper portable. And it also comes with varying resistance. So you can get different thickness of bands or tubes, which then represents more resistance depending on how thick that piece of elastic is. So really, really good tool to have in your toolbox for your home exercise. Another thing that you'll want to have, this is no luxury item in my books, is you would want to have a floor mat. And so that mat could be, what's in the picture. It's like a yoga mat, a sticky mat. That works just fine. But you can also purchase mats that have a bit more density to them. They come in different sizes. And so if getting down on the floor and being on the floor and maybe kneeling on your knees is quite problematic, having invested in a super good quality mat is it's so valuable. It's so valuable to have. And maybe even if you had two mats, you can layer them as well. So having that for your floor exercise, and even in this scenario, having some traction for your feet on the floor is really, really important when you're exercising at home. My third thing, dumbbells. Now, dumbbells, of course, can come in various weights and sizes, but from a home perspective, you might want to consider having a set or two. I tell people all the time that a lot of people have good intentions with their exercise and they purchase dumbbells and then they offload them on places like, Facebook Marketplace or over at the thrift store. So keep your eyes out for options that you can up level your home exercise equipment by getting different sizes and different weights so that you can continually progress and challenge yourself with some dumbbells. And of course, you can do a ton of stuff with dumbbells. So the sky's the limit if you have a set of dumbbells. The next thing that you might want to consider having, although a little bit more cumbersome, takes up a little bit of room, is sort of the infamous exercise ball. Again, it's such a diverse piece of equipment that you can do so many different things with. And it's really quite a valuable tool to have in your back pocket. Even some people use their exercise ball as a chair from time to time. So it kind of acts like a piece of furniture if you need, but it also is a really wonderful piece of equipment to have in your back pocket. And then a very inexpensive, because you probably have something like this at home, would be a kitchen chair, a dining room chair, something that is super, super sturdy. So you can see this gentleman here is really well supported on his chair so that he can do his posture. But there again is so many different things you can do with a chair. It can be supportive, like in this image, but you also can like completely up the ante of some of your exercises by using a chair as a bench, or even using it as a tool to work your movement with. So, for example, in a plank, if you're doing planks at the wall, you can progress to bringing your hands down onto the seat of a chair. Changing the pitch of your plank is going to up the ante, up the challenge of your exercise. So, a sturdy chair, whether it has armrests or not, is super, super valuable to have in your home exercise toolbox. Now, here's the surprise. I've got something that's unexpected. The next 5 pieces of home exercise portable equipment are really kind of out there. They're not necessarily ones you would think about, but here we go. Let me share. A broomstick. Yeah, so probably you have a broomstick at home. This tool can be super effective in terms of doing range of motion and mobility work. It's a super helpful tool to see if you're in the right position, if your spine is moving in the right way in a squat. Like, you cannot go wrong with using a broomstick in some of your exercises. It's a really nice assessment tool as well as an implement that'll help challenge you with engaging, your upper body and maybe sometimes your lower body. Really, really helpful. And again, probably super unexpected that you would hear me say in a home exercise equipment setup that you'd want a broomstick, but you do. The next thing is a milk jug. And no, it's not to drink out of, and no, it's not for the milk. It's actually a built-in kettlebell for you. A milk jug works really, really well. It has a fairly sturdy handle because it has to carry its maximum capacity. And it's really cool that a 4-liter jug of milk actually weighs 8 pounds. So it's substantial in weight. Now, you could refill a milk jug bottle with some water. I'm not purporting that you have sour milk, but you could also fill it up with other things like sand, or even if you wanted to go even heavier, you could add some gravel or some rocks into that milk jug, and that would really amplify the weight. And the really cool thing about a milk jug is that you can empty it and fill it up at your discretion. So you could use your home scale to weigh out what is the actual weight that I want in this milk jug. And typically I recommend a 4-liter jug because that's fairly substantial, but you could use a 2-liter jug. And then from there, you could progress and continue to add more resistance as you go when you need it. And you can dump some out and add some in, and you're off to the show. The next thing, a dishcloth. Yes, most of us have dishcloths or maybe even a face cloth. And what this tool, this exercise piece of equipment does for you is add the dimension of gliding. So on smooth surfaces such as hardwood or laminate, or even up against a wall, we're able to use the dishcloth or the face cloth under our feet or our hands. And that adds a sense of glide, a sense of move that you really can't get with anything else. So pick up a towel, get it down on the floor, and add it to your lunges. It ups the ante completely to the exercise. And you probably wouldn't even have thought that that would be an exercise tool for at home. Also, we forget that we have stairs, or maybe you don't forget, but you could forget that you have a set of stairs in your house. They are invaluable for your home exercise routines, from step ups on the bottom stair to actually climbing the stairs multiple times, skipping a step. Adding that to your cardio routine. You can do some side stepping up the stairs, which can be quite tricky, so hold on if you need. So using the staircase can be super valuable, whether it is, the basement stairs up to your main floor, or if you have a 2-story house. Even if you live in an apartment or a condo, there is going to be a staircase somewhere that you could access and really get a bang up home exercise session with just using a staircase. So that is my second last one. And then we're moving into the final one. It is the wall. Yes, your house is made with walls. And if you have a clear spot in your space to move against the wall, it can really challenge you. So in this picture, she's sitting looking really quite comfortable, but I can imagine her legs are on fire. So using the wall for a wall sit is a really nice tool to just change. If you've been doing sit to stands or squats all the time, the wall can add a great option for your leg exercises. So a quick recap, where we were and where we are now. We now know that you can get an effective workout at home without going to the gym. Hooray! There are some real traditional pieces of equipment. So, elastic resistance, getting a floor mat, dumbbells, an exercise ball, a chair. This is not rocket science. You probably know these things, but maybe today you have some new ideas, some new inspiration as you can how you can use these pieces of equipment. And then there's those unexpected pieces of equipment like a broomstick, a milk jug, a dishcloth, your staircase, and truly the walls that make up your house. You would never think maybe to use those items. So, again, thinking creatively, what are the pieces of equipment that you have? Maybe it's unexpected. Nothing goes without insight into action, my friends. So, take this top 10 list, gather up all the items that you have into your exercise space. Do you have all 10 of them? Maybe, maybe not. But I'd like you to comment below this video here, share what you have, and then maybe let me know. Do you want a YouTube video that does something with a milk jug? So, 5 exercises to do with a milk jug, or maybe you want something with the elastic resistance bands or resistance tubing. If that would be valuable to you, drop that into the comments below, and I'd be happy to build out another YouTube video to share with you some specific movement patterns. Speaking about the wall here, everybody, I do have something else to share with you. I have a video called 9 Isometric Exercises at the Wall. This is where I use the wall as my form of equipment. So jump on over to that URL. I can also drop it in the card up here. So if you want to head right on over there after you finish this video, you can pick up some great tools, and 9 of them specifically that you can do at the wall. Again, my name is Lisa Workman, clinical exercise physiologist, professional kinesiologist, and yoga therapist as well. Woo! Lots of things to say out of my mouth. I am totally here for you, here to support you on your physical activity journey, looking at ways to get you to move better in your body and more often. Thank you so much for staying to the end, and I hope this was valuable for you today. Take care. Bye.